Hey guys, welcome to Tumblebud. Thanks for stopping by today. In my time growing up with video games, I often felt disappointed by the way spellcasting and supernatural powers were handled. I mean, think about it. Movies like Harry Potter displayed magic as a deep skill that takes years of dedicated practice, study, technique, and specific movements that, once learned, would give you like a mysterious power beyond your imagination. But the 2DS Harry Potter game I had, you just kind of click a button and the wand shoots the thing and they go, "Ah, you hit me," you know? The thing I wished for most at that time was really to feel this power come from within me. To like flip a wand around and say some bullshit and then feel the heat like actually come off my wand. Well, recently I was reminded of my young imagination and desire for this when I first hopped into Elements Divided. It's a VR game that uses Avatar: The Last Airbender as a source material for its system of elemental casting and combat. I was a bit skeptical of its gesture-based controls at first. I was worried that they would be too specific to pull off accurately in like a PvP environment, but I was honestly amazed by how it finds this balance. Without dragging this on, I want to try to make this crystal clear to you all who don't know about this game. Elements Divided is about this element bending that uses gestures to fight in online matches, and it works incredibly well. You got your classics. You got earth, air, water, and fire elements to choose from, and each one is adapted to a different playstyle. It feels pretty faithful to what we've come to expect of these elements. For example, fire is a powerful and explosive fighting style, while earth is sturdy, defensive, and grounded. I wanted to take some time to discuss some of my favorite aspects of this game and explain kind of why it feels like such a major leap forward in terms of video games in this genre, as it has completely won me over as the most engaging and fun powers system that I have ever used, and that truly goes for flat screen or VR games. Traditional games, really since their conception, have struggled with something that I'm going to refer to today as PseudoSorcery. To me, PseudoSorcery is the systems that are used for magic and the like in video games that are bound by the restrictions of our controller. Let's take a look here at an Xbox One controller. We have our 4 buttons on the right, 2 bumpers, 2 triggers, 2 sticks, and a D-pad. Now, if we were designing a first-person spellcasting-based game like Elements Divided, upon first glance, we actually have a lot to work with here. Now, obviously the sticks can act as your movement and the triggers are pretty intuitive for shooting stuff. But to me, this is where things start to fall apart. Do you want to simply assign an ability or a spell to each button? I mean, you can. So you squeeze the right trigger and it shoots a fireball. You can tap the left bumper and it blocks. You can even press the jump button while you're pressing a trigger for a cool kind of recovery. But here there are 2 problems for my dumb brain here that have always bothered me about this kind of control scheme. For one, it's just boring. I mean, going back to that Harry Potter concept, I want to put a little effort and technique into the spell I'm casting. After all, magic is mysterious and elusive. If everyone could just hit a button for a fireball, I mean, they would. This is kind of a dumb comparison, but still, my monkey brain just feels that way. The second issue is that the control scheme lacks adaptability. I mean, really, if you even have an ability assigned to every button on your controller, even with button combinations, these are your finite options. And when you approach your opponent, you think, should I press the trigger for a fireball or should I press Y for teleport, you know? Although this could be kind of an oversimplification of these kinds of games, this is the main issue that I have perceived as pseudo-sorcery. It's a lack of flexibility due to our restrictions of a controller. Okay, so now with that in mind, let's jump on over to Elements Divided to see how they fix this idea of pseudo-sorcery. Let's first address problem 1, which was that simply pressing a button to use an ability is kind of boring. I'll be demonstrating with water because that's what I mostly play as here, but each element does have their own unique techniques as well. Alright, let's start with the simple water stream. To cast it, you position your hands upright like this, and then you press the triggers one at a time. Alright, so now we have our stream of water. You can wave it around to push enemies away and do damage with it, or you could just throw it as a ranged attack. You can press the grip button to change it into an icicle, which gives you more damage but a tighter hitbox. Alright, yeah, let's do another one. So, to surf on ice, you can point your hand to the ground and charge it up underground. You can see kind of the bubbles festering. If you tap on the grip button while doing this, you start to surf around. It's gravity dependent, so get some good downward momentum and you can get some good speed going. And then once you're on it, you can throw it at someone and do some pretty good damage. Just with these two abilities alone, it really does feel refreshing to not just tap a trigger and shoot a little beam that does the same thing every time, but really to be able to call in my abilities with these gestures and have control over my character with my own body. No longer am I punching in like these elaborate Mortal Kombat inputs to watch Sub-Zero do like a little dance. I can just do the little dance myself, and your brain takes this really well. It comes much closer to feeling the power on your own fingertips. You feel that intensity when you're flying around the map, and you're physically putting all of your effort into these techniques. So this kind of leads us into our second issue, which was adaptability. This is what sold me on this game, and I feel that Elements Divided handles the best of any game in this genre. With the freedom given through these physical gestures and your body at play, abilities are dynamic, and they don't have to be used the same way each time. They combine with other abilities beautifully, and you can develop your own playstyle and strategies if you can figure out something new. Okay, for example, to summon a wave, you point both hands to the ground, press the triggers to charge it up, and then you just lift it up. Once you actually have your wave, you can ride it, you can throw it, or just drag it around. You can even press the grip button to turn it into an ice wall, and this will protect you from incoming attacks, and it can be pushed around kind of like an earth wall. So these that I just showed you are the traditional techniques that are associated with the wave. But actually, just yesterday, someone in a lobby had taught me this extended technique where that if you lift the wave off the ground when you're pulling it up, and then you immediately turn it into an ice wall, you can freely swing around this ice in the air, making a really wonderful defense against air attacks, or you can throw it for like surprisingly good distance. Alright then, let's look at another ability. This is the water ball. This is casted by squeezing both triggers while your hands are close together. You can push it away from you to throw it, and it will continue to grow like this until it's popped. You can squeeze the grip to turn it into a frost ball that does AoE, or you can even pull your hands apart to create this really cool water ring that protects you from projectiles. While you have this water ring out, you can tap the grips and it will shoot out ice, I think it's randomly, from all sides, or you can just throw it into a saw. So as you can see, like just with these techniques alone, there are so many strategies that you could approach a fight with and adapt to a battle really as you go. I also recently learned that if you pop a bubble while it's under you, it will send you flying upward. I watched this one dude hold out a fight against 7 of us using this technique. It was crazy. So all of this is really just to say, Elements Divided has brought about a pretty unique environment where the ability is not the end result of whatever you're trying to do. I don't know if that really makes sense, but it's kind of like this. Instead of just hitting a button and it shoots a water stream out, you start by summoning your water stream, and now it's up to you what you want to do with that. I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you all. I would recommend really just trying it if you haven't before. It's a fantastic game, and I think you'll start to get a sense of what I mean as you get the controls under your fingers a bit. You know, this is the kind of stuff I was really excited to see when I first got into VR, so it's been rewarding to watch a game like this take shape. I truly feel like it will begin to define the medium of VR a lot in the future, because it's just something you can't really pull off as a PC or a console game. That's all I got for today. And by the way, to the people who've been asking where I've been, I'm kind of surprised there's anyone who actually cares, but yeah, there's just been a lot of life stuff going on all at once, and I've been real busy with a lot of personal projects as well. But the channel is by no means dead, and I'm very excited to keep making content for you all here on Tumblebud. So thanks for being patient, and if you guys have any ideas about a video you'd like to see, I would really love to hear it. Alright, be good to yourself guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.